everyone, my name is MJ Vilches, and welcome to part 4 of TUP Art Challenge, the Underland Project Art Challenge. It's a challenge that I started myself to challenge myself to make artworks based on the book Gregory the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. So yeah, and also to challenge the Underland Chronicles fans to also do the same thing. For now, the only participants are me and my Mbuddy or Mbuddy. And yeah, the challenge is a way for me to tell the followers of the Underland Project that I am still working on the project, and also to force myself to create artworks to improve my skills and to also test some stuff in Blender. So yeah, we're currently in the month of September, and I'm creating an artwork based on events within chapters 21 to 22. So yeah, we're at part 4 of the artwork, which is I'm gonna be working on the background, and the scene that I chose is actually a very it spoils a lot scene. So if you haven't read the book yet, just a disclaimer, there will be some spoilers in this stream about the book. So yeah, I suggest reading the book. It's a good read, but I think that depends on your taste, I guess. But I think that, well, I'm not doing this if I'm not a fan of the series anyway. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get started with this thing. And yeah, hey Mbuddy, welcome to the stream as always. Glad to see you here. So yeah, we are gonna be working on the background, and for the background and other like elements here, I'm not gonna be using an outline to draw them. And there's something I want to test out actually for the background. So let's just go right there. So we're in a 2D animation workspace, and there's something I want to try out with the background, and I'm not going to be using any kind of line arts for it or inking. Just gonna do some fill layers. So I'm gonna go to the top view here. I'm gonna start with the floor, or this part right here. I'm not sure if you can see the sketch, but there's a sketch right there. I'm gonna be drawing this part of the canyon, or yeah, I'm pretty sure they said that it's like described in the book that they're in like a canyon, a cavern. I'm gonna have to do some slight reread on this part. So yeah, let me just grab the book and read the part where they're at the bridge. So it's chapter 21. 22, Greg, look at Spider and Shock. It's at 22, or maybe 23. No, it's 22. So they should be, of course. So Ripred led them out of the tunnel into a huge cavern divided by a deep canyon. A wide, powerful river ran through it. So yeah, a deep canyon. So I think we're in the right track for our artwork here. So kind of making it as precise as I can on the books, but there will be some really inaccurate stuff happening here, because like I said, it's just gonna be precise. Anyway, let's do this thing. I'm gonna place the cursor right here. Oh yeah, I locked the canyon, so I'm gonna unlock it. I'm gonna place the cursor straight to that, like this part of the canyon here, this top part here, the floor, because the river will be here, and I'm gonna be drawing some stuff. Hey everybody, thanks for that. That's like the very first super chat ever done in one of my streams. So yeah, by surprises I meant that what you just did. So yeah, thank you for the super chat, Mbuddy. That's a first, and that's very cool. Not sure how that will be calculator or something. I don't know. But this is the first time that someone ever given a super chat in the stream. So yeah, thank you so much, Mbuddy. As always, you're awesome. You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going here before I freak out. So I'm gonna go create a new grease pencil object for the canyon. Shift A, grease pencil, blank. And also, Mbuddy. I also love that you keep making artwork. You know, you started, I think, before you watch the streams and be active on the Discord server. You're not really drawing that much. I'm just seeing you draw and draw and draw. That's pretty awesome. So just keep it up, man. And yeah, thanks again. So yeah, I'm gonna create probably a new material here. So what I'm planning for the canyon here, because I want it to be would help focus our eyes to Tick here, because she's the subject of our artwork. So this parts will be dark, and then light goes to light when it reaches the center here. Same goes here, but we're working on the floor first, which is probably not gonna be that visible when you look at the camera. But anyways, I'm gonna add a new material, canyon 001. I'm probably also gonna use this as the dark material for the canyon, and this is gonna be a fill material, and it's gonna be kind of brownish, so something like that. And then we're gonna do some drawing here. I'm gonna make this pen, and then I'm just gonna do something like this. It's not even going to take that much time, so we're probably gonna be able to finish the artwork, I mean the whole background, in an hour. So I'm gonna be going here, canyon, I'm just gonna call this canyon floor. And then I'm gonna set the strokes to 3D location, and I'm gonna move that down. So yeah, as I said, it's not gonna be visible, so I'm gonna go rotate that to the x-axis, just so we see it, following our sketch here. Excuse me. So yeah, Mbuddy. Like I said, man, keep it up. Just keep it up. Because yeah, you're doing a really great job creating artworks after artworks. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with a canyon here. I think that's great. Excuse me. So yeah, the next thing I'm gonna work on, I'm gonna start with the ones at the bottom here and the river. So we have our first layer there, and next is I'm going to transfer the cursor. Yes, we've set the 3D cursor as the stroke placement, so we're good there. From the previous stream, I guess. I think. Shift S cursor to select it here, so that this part of the canyon is also gonna be aligned or placed right on the cursor when I draw it. So I'm gonna start with with the darker shade, which I'm probably gonna have to make a new material for that. So canyon 002. This is gonna be very dark material. I should have duplicated the 001. I can just do this, I think. Yep. Do that. And make it darker. Excuse me. Kinda just woke up, so. And I wanted to start the stream so I'd be finished with it early on the day, so that I can have more time doing some second pass animation refinements on the animations for episode 1 of the Underland project. Excuse me, just drank milk with an oatmeal. That's my breakfast. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going with the lower part of the canyon. I'm gonna put that on a separate layer. So we have canyon floor, and below that is going to be canyon cliff or wall. I'm just gonna call it cliff. And do something like I actually need to show all of this part on the camera here. I'm gonna control space to expand our canvas here and just do something like this, because the bottom part of that will be covered by the river. So I'm gonna select this part, bring that down a bit, turn off proportional editing. Maybe something like this will do for that. Let's see if the gap is visible. I'm going to have to might have to do some extrusion if I can. Is extrusion? Yes, extrusion happens for grease pencil, but doesn't work the way object extrusion works. So going to have to move back this brown part here. Control L, G, Y, and that should handle the overlapping. I'm gonna move that right there and move it up, I think. See, I think that's fine right there. I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, Mbuddy just just share the specs on the Discord servers once you've managed to buy it. Maybe I could give my insights if it can run Blender, or you can just give it a try. Blender's free. Just download it and see if you can run it on the laptop that you're gonna end up buying. Shift S cursor to selected on this one, and I'm gonna create a new material. I'm gonna create a new one, and I'm gonna duplicate the canyon 001. But yeah, just let it stay there. Make this one slightly brighter than the other one. And then let's draw. So I'm gonna draw that. I'm just gonna draw this part right here. Oops, I'm going to have to. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm gonna lock the floor. And I'm going to do this. I might have to move that. Yes, move it. Move it in front of the other one. I'm gonna turn off proportional editing. It's not even gonna be visible. But let's keep going. This one as well. Shift. No. I guess Shift D works. I'm just gonna Shift D this. I accidentally pressed Shift D, and I think it works here as X -1, just to flip it. Yep. Now I can create another material. I'm gonna use Canyon 003, I think, and duplicate it and call it Canyon 004. and make it slightly brighter. And then we keep going. So Shift S, I'm gonna cursor to selected, so that the next one I'm probably going to select, I'm gonna Control L this one and turn on proportional editing, connected only, and deselect this part right here and grab this one. And do the same thing here, I think. Just so we can expand it right there. And then the next one will be covering the this other brown one. So I'm just gonna do something like that, and maybe something like this. And that's happening because it's being covered by the other layer, so I need to rotate it. So that's kind of the plan for the canyon part here. You're already seeing it. I'm just gonna go add another one until all of our canyons nicely covered. So I just duplicated canyon 4, make this one brighter, and then I'm gonna keep coloring here. I'm gonna Shift S cursor to select it to this one, and then let's draw this part. Like that, and then I'm gonna rotate it. I'm gonna go to the side, the left orthographic view. Just move it somewhere like there, I guess. And I might have to go back to like a dark background for the shadowy area. So I'm gonna just go to this darker shade of brown here. I'm gonna put the cursor to this new one, and this is just going to be right underneath the bridge. I'm gonna go to right orthographic view, select, should be this one, the one that's really straight here. And then that, I might have to scale it on the x-axis so it's more visible. So we have that part of the canyon. Now I'm going to proceed to this other part here. So I'm going to object mode, tab to the edit mode of the sketch. I'm gonna put the cursor right there, and this is going to be I'm gonna select the canyon again, unlock canyon floor and cliff, and this is gonna be canyon wall, or you know what, it's gonna be cavern. Should be good enough. And then I'm gonna draw. I just accidentally moved the cursor, so I'm gonna have to go back to this one and cursor to select it again. And then we keep going. So Control Tab, draw. I'm gonna get the darker parts first. I think I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna use a square and just fill this whole area right here for the darker parts. So I'm gonna go to this mode right now, so I can easily change material here. Oopsie. Maximize that again. And let's draw the rest. So next would be the slightly bright one. Just going to be covering here. I'm gonna need to do that again. like that. Next, this one. I do hope that top part there, I can always grab it if it's not, if the camera can see like the limit. So I'm gonna just keep going like this. I'm gonna be adding a texture to this as well. So I think I'll need something brighter. I'm gonna create a new material. Let's see how that looks. Doesn't look great, of course, because they're all overlapping each other. So I'm going to have to move this back here. I'm gonna go back to this view and move each of them back until none of them is like overlapping each other, because they're set to 3D layers. So Blender is treating them as 3D layers instead of 2D layers. Now that should work. I might have to change the shade of Canyon 001 just so we can distinguish like the floor from the walls there. So we're good at that. Just need to add more details to it. I'm gonna go add a new material, Canyon 005. I'm gonna duplicate that, Canyon 006, and then make this bit more bright. And we go back here again and we draw this part right here. So something like that. I might have to add this for like this cave area here. And I'll just have to move that back. So I'm gonna Control L this one. That should be, yeah. Control L this. Gonna move it back. Same goes for the other one, GY. Like that. And yeah, that's looking great. Like that cave part right there. Also gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna select this, Control L, Shift S, cursor to selected. Draw and add that cave part right here as well. And maybe drag back some of it, just so it's kind of equal to the. It's kind of the same with the other one. And the other thing I can do is I can grab all of this top part here and rotate it. Going to have to do a non-connected only deal for this. I'm not sure if this is gonna work because it doesn't seem like working the way we want it, so wonder why though. Maybe because of the way the fill is calculated. I'm gonna just try it with this other one. So a little disclaimer, this stream will have like a bunch of like tests for it. So I'm gonna have to go connected only because it seems to be working for connected only. So connected only. Only gonna grab the top part there, and let's see what we can do. Wait, what we can do here. Oh, it works. It works. So yeah, it works. It works. Our deforming it like that works, and that's gonna help with the overall like feel of the artwork. So that's a 2D layer that acts as a 3D layer. I mean, 2D grease pencil object. I mean, grease pencil is kind of 3D. Oh, it's probably because I did not select. Maybe that's why I'm getting issues before. But yeah, I'm just gonna rotate this thing. It's probably caused by that gap right there. So I guess I can only do it with the first one. All the other ones cannot curve too far, or this will happen. But maybe it won't happen if I also select this. Nope. Go back to this, to solid view mode. Oh no, it's gonna compile the shaders of the crawler model. Okay, we're back. Okay, let's try this again. So yeah, I guess it really cannot work the same way as this other one because of the way I drew it. But I really want it to work that way, so I'm going to have to redraw this other one. I'm gonna Control L, Shift S, cursor to selected, and this should be Canyon 5. I'm gonna redraw it. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna start here. And this should work. This should work. Because there shouldn't be a gap on top there. So that there's more basis, I guess, for the thing to work. Oops. Control I. Or not. So I have to deselect the bottom part here to do that rotation thing again. And I think this time it will work. Yes, it does. So there we go. You have that. I'm going to have to grab this guys as well, which I might have to redraw the other one because it will have those weird deformation. Let's see then. Oh, or not. I think the other one, yeah, the other one is working fine. Okay, we can keep going here. This one next. I'm just gonna go and curve them. Curve them like that. I'm probably going to increase scale this one to the x-axis. Just grab like the other side. Scale it like that. Rotate here. And I think the last thing I need to do, I need to like center this so that tick is like right inside that thing there. Might have to move this to this x-axis because tick needs to be at the center there. Let me look at this in the rendered view with all the lighting, that temporary lighting I set up here. See, that's looking nice. I will be adding some textures, which is I'm gonna do right now, actually. So now I'm going to proceed to adding some textures for this. So to do that, I'm gonna go to Canyon. I'm gonna eat one by one. I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna go to the fill option here and change it to texture. And I'm just gonna grab some textures from textures I got from Texture Haven. So concrete. I'm gonna use the concrete floor texture for the canyons. And it's looking great right there. Let's see how that looks in the camera. That won't be that visible in the camera, especially on the rendered mode. So I'm gonna turn off the sketches for the canyon, so we don't see it there. I'm gonna proceed on adding more textures for each of the materials here. So I'm gonna go texture. Let me just grab the concrete floor with that one as well and reduce probably the blend. So for some reason it's not. Why is the blend not working? Is it because I'm not in rendered view? Yeah. So this blend option only works in rendered. If you like tweak the blend, it won't work on the like this solid view mode. It's gonna work on probably the material. Yes, it works in the material preview and the rendered view. So I'm going to have to add light right behind Tick here because I want to emphasize her, and I always do that kind of trick with the light. So we're probably gonna end up using the lights I'm using here, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll redo the lighting setup. We'll see. But yeah, I want to put like a really bright light behind Tick here to give more focus to her. Just make it more stylized lighting, because it would seem like she's glowing. So yeah, looking nice there. And yeah, I'm gonna be adding a bunch more lights to like add more details to it. Yeah, let's keep going with the texture here. Texture, concrete floor. I'm gonna be using concrete floor for each of these guys. Probably do some variations for it. Maybe use other the other maps for the texture, for the like concrete texture, but not using them the way they're supposed to be used, which is for the concrete floor bump. I'm supposed to use that for the bump map, but we're not really putting it on a 3D material, so I'm just using it as a texture to add a bit of a accent, or more, make our artwork more interesting. Textures really does a lot to do that. So I'm just gonna go here. Wait, did I put it on the... I don't think I put it on the right. Let me pick a different concrete here. Maybe this one will do. So just kind of like that. And then the next material, set this to texture. And then I'm gonna open a different texture for this. Maybe this one. It doesn't look great. Maybe I'll pick something else here. Maybe instead of concrete, I'm gonna use something else. Maybe the ground, pebble ground, because it's getting close to the camera. And then the last one should be this. I'm gonna go texture, and I'm also gonna be using pebble ground. Should be here, pebble ground. And just do that, so it's not that visible. I'm gonna try using something else here, because the effect of the texture is not... Why is that not working? This is not working. Is there like a limit to the texture? That's something I'm like really wondering, if there's a limit to the texture I can use. Because, oh no, because right now it's not... All the other textures are not working for some reason. I'm gonna try restarting Blender. So yeah, you can. I think I've made this background or this artwork available for download. If you want it to be your background for your desktop as well, or any, any kind of background, as long as it fits. So it looks like our scene is getting here. I think using the texture still kind of is buggy because as you can see here, the textures don't work. I'm going to go to image editor and check. So image editor, and I'm gonna open Pebble Ground here. Yeah, it opened it, but for some reason the grease pencil is not using it. Even on the rendered mode, it's not being used. That's really weird. It's just a white thing. I'm gonna go forest. So it's opening properly in the image. This may be a bug in doing this, or I did not set something right. Because right now the texture is not working. I'm going to have to use the ones that are working because that texture wasn't. So we're starting to lag here. So now that works. I have to go back to the other one that doesn't work as well. And I'm going to have to set it to the ones that are working. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, the other ones, they should have. I don't think this one also works, so I'm going to have to set it there as well. Maybe, yeah, like that maybe. There we go. And that should apply to the bottom parts as well, because I used the same material. And I guess I'm going to have to settle with that because the other materials aren't working. I'm gonna proceed to the rats. I'm gonna do something to the rat fur here. I'm gonna start with a leader. I'm gonna set this to textured. Let's go to material preview for this one. And let's see if the others are working. I'm going to have to extract some of the new textures I downloaded. So it should be files D, pictures, textures. It should be in fabric. I'm gonna extract this here. Extract to book pattern. Extract to brown leather. And then extract to leather red. And I do hope this textures work. So I'm gonna go do that. Textures, fabric. I'm gonna try the book pattern first for this, for the lead rat. So yeah, it works, but I don't like the look of the book pattern, so I'm going to have to go to brown leather. I think this will bring out more the color. This would look, that would look more like a fur. I'm going to have to go turn on the light here. So yeah, it's looking nice. So texture really adds a lot to like the look of everything. So I'm gonna try using the book for these two guys here. No, I'm actually just gonna use the brown leather. Yeah, that works. And then last fur, set it to texture. I'm gonna use the brown leather again. And that really adds like, yeah, that adds a lot of things. Just making it not look like flat. So we have the canyon, which we did in less than 40 minutes. The colors. And also, I guess the rest of the stream is just going to add textures to our materials here, just to give them more, more details to them. Add more details to it. So the bridge step front as well texture. I'm also gonna add this concrete one here. And I think we're done with the textures here. So they're all kind of blending together now, the colors and stuff. The last thing I need to add is like this are the others here. There's gonna be Henry, Lupsa, I think this was Gox, the spider, and then Gregor won't be visible. Let me check here. So let me just move things around here so we see the others on the background there. I'm gonna bring back overlays. I'm going to have to move this light down here to add it back below tick here. So the only ones that I need to work on are the backgrounds, people in the background. So I'm not getting any bloom for some reason. That should bloom. Like this part right there should bloom. So I have this sphere. Strength. Did I set this? This should still be in EV. But I'm not getting any bloom for the light part. I have to set this to 100. So bloom is working. Oh, it's not working because now it's behind a 2D grease pencil object. This one right here. As you can see, it's blooming. It blooms, but because it's behind a grease pencil object here, it doesn't work. There's probably a way to make it work, but I'm not sure. It's probably still a feature that's not supported yet. But yeah, the bloom thing doesn't work when it's behind a grease pencil object, unless there's a setting that I did not enable. So this, yeah, I think for now, yeah, bloom doesn't work. I'm gonna go bring that back to 100 maybe. So bloom only works on a 3D object, but because it's behind a grease pencil object right now, which is this canyon, this ball of light, which is supposed to be Gregor's flashlight, it's not working. See, it blooms here, but it doesn't bloom there. So yeah, Mbuddy, it normally works like this. See, there's a bloom. It's like it's like a nice fog around the light. But because there's a grease pencil object here, we can only see like the light, and the bloom is not working. It's more visible if I if you see here, see the bloom kind of goes behind, and the bloom really goes behind the grease pencil object. So I guess that's a feature that's not really supported yet in Blender. Let me see. Or, you know, for Blender Grease Pencil, the bloom effect still in the works maybe. But I might not be just... I'm probably just not. Let me see here. Yeah, really, I think the grease pen, the bloom effect is not working. It works on tick here, see? Because it's a 3D object. Tick's a 3D object, but the others, it's not working. I'm going to have to do a post-processing for that one. And I'm gonna end up turning off bloom here because it's not really working. But yeah, I think that's all for this stream. We've managed to color and add texture to our canyon background. I guess the last thing I'm going to have to do is the river below here. So let's do that. I'm gonna go back to the this should be the canyon layer, yeah. Gotta name that. Rename. And then I'm gonna place the cursor probably straight to... Let's unlock the canyon floor. I'm gonna lock the cursor right about there. Or here, as cursor selected. I'm gonna go to front view. I'm gonna start drawing the river. So I'm just gonna add a new layer there, put that on top of the others, and call it river. I'm going to have to add a new river material. River. The surface will be blue. Let's use blue. Something on this shade. It may not be blue, like realistically, like the river on like underground is not blue. It's probably like a clear water, because the water is only blue because it reflects the sky, right? Kind of doubtful with what I said there, but yeah, I'm just gonna draw the river here, something like this. And let's see if it's even visible in the camera. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's visible on the camera. Let's see how it looks. There, I'm gonna try to add a texture to it. So I'm gonna go textures. And let's see what looks like water. I'm gonna try this one. It's probably not gonna work though. Oh, it is working. It's working. I'm gonna change the shade of blue, probably make it greenish. Increase like the influence of that. So the river is not visible. So I'm not gonna be worrying too much about how that looks. Yeah, it's not visible. I'm wondering, maybe I can add like a noise texture to this. I mean noise effect. I'm gonna go to the modifier. I'm gonna add noise. Maybe position. Let's add, so the noise updated like a lot for 2.90. I'm using 2.90 in it, and the way the noise, see, the noise had more update. I'm gonna set the strength high, maybe like that. Oh, I might have to separate, or maybe we can use this. I'm gonna all the noise is only added to the river material, so the rest will not be moving, only the river. So it's not visible for us still, but maybe if we animate this and show, I might start at the top. So I'm gonna do the way I did the the legend artwork. I'm also gonna do that. There's gonna be like voices and sound effects happening in the background as this pans down, revealing Tick and the rats, and that's gonna be the final frame. That's probably how this is gonna look. But yeah, as you can see, it's looking really great. I'm gonna control space that. Once I'm done with all the others on the background there, this is gonna look really awesome. So yeah, already you can see this is most probably going to be the how it's gonna look, like the animation. So yeah, it's working really nice. We have like a really nice parallax with the like the background there. Of course, the bridge is parallaxing nicely because it's positioned like a bridge. And yeah, this is it. This is it for this part, because we still need to draw the rest right there, which is gonna be happening next week. So yeah, we're almost done with this artwork. I'm probably gonna do an off recording, more detailed sketch for each of these guys here. Or maybe I'm gonna do all of them in the background, because the way I'm gonna be drawing those guys is just kind of like how I did the rats. So you're just gonna be looking at the same thing done from the previous part. So I'm probably gonna do the rest of the guys here off recording, and then on the next part we're gonna be proceeding on setting up some lights, do some post-processing. So yeah, the next part is probably going to be the final part, which is going to be next week. But yeah, for now, this is it. It's looking nice. Let me select the camera again. Control space. Let's move that. Yeah, that is looking really nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for this part. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this from the start until here, thank you to Mbuddy for the super chat. That's like the first and hopefully not the last. But yeah, thanks Mbuddy, and also a huge thanks to my KoFi givers, both one time and the ones that's giving and many times. Magnolia Weathershield, Erick Madrigal, Elizabeth, Munie, Tristan Wintle, GulliermoGage, and of course Mbuddy. Thank you so much for the support. And yeah, if you want to support me, just go to ko-fi.com/doodlenose-productions. If you want me to keep going and you want me to do more stuff with Blender, you can go there. Also, join the Discord server. I should have a visual here prepared, but I didn't. But yeah, join the Discord server. The link I'm probably gonna put in the description below. And yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Consider liking, subscribing, and following the Doodlebot and also Doodle Notes Productions everywhere on the interwebs. And yeah, I think that's all. There's really nothing much, no questions asked, so I guess I'm just going. Once again, thanks for watching. Yep, my name is MJ Vilches, and yeah, I need to work on PD-01 actually.